Hey everyone, it's Byron, here to testify for Jesus Christ. Lately, the Lord has been dealing with me on challenging false teachers, challenging false prophets, getting up and shining light into the darkness is the best way I can say it. This particular video is called Lying Spirit. And I want people to understand that something went on one time where a lying spirit went forth to tell people to tell lies. It's contained in 1 Kings chapter 22. I'm just going to read a small portion here, but you can read the whole verse, get the whole context, see what was going on. But it has to do with Ahab. Anyway, in verse 20 of 1 Kings 22, we read, "And the Lord said, Who shall persuade Ahab, that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said of this manner, and another said of that manner. And there came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord and said, I will persuade him. And the Lord said unto him, Wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, Thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so." Now, in the end times, Paul tells us that in Timothy, he tells us that people will not endure sound doctrine, and they will reap to them or heap to themselves teachers because they have itchy ears. They want to hear what it is they want to hear. We have a very troubled time ahead, the time of Jacob's trouble. And there's people just heaping unto themselves teachers who's telling them, you won't be around for that. You're going to be raptured. And to a new, young, immature Christian trying to learn, they would possibly look and say, oh my goodness, look how many people are listening to this guy. He must be telling the truth. When in fact, we take the times out of context. We should be saying the more people that are listening, the potential, the more inaccurate the man is, because of the scriptures that we have that says people will not endure sound doctrine, but they're going to heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. If you tell the truth and it's not what people want to hear in this day and age, it is very likely, except by the strong urging of the Holy Spirit, that person will walk off and find them somebody else telling them what they want to hear. On the opposite of that, if a person sees someone who's telling people what they want to hear, doesn't really know the scriptures that well, that person will then potentially think, well, let me get on this train because everybody's on this train. Those of the synagogue of Satan, they run the world, and they do it in such a manner. Like they'll take a poll, and it doesn't matter what the actual results of the poll is. They're going to spin the poll so that it appears the majority thinks the way they want you to think, because people are inclined to go with popular beliefs. There is a Bible. It states certain things. One thing in particular I'm talking about today, and probably will not stop talking about it. The scriptures tell us very clearly the first resurrection will include people who did not take the mark of the beast and who did not worship the Antichrist or the beast or his image. That's the first resurrection. I just did a video about it. You have people out here who potentially have the lying spirit that are going to tell you what you want to hear because you are helping prophecy be fulfilled. Heaping to yourself a teacher because you have itching ears. Be very careful. Be very careful. Take a moment. Think through what's being said. Think through Revelation 20 and what is written in Revelation 20. And determine in your mind, I am willing to hang with Jesus Christ through everything. I am no longer going to sit and listen to somebody telling me I'm out of here when the scriptures clearly tells me I'm not. Thanks.